I'm wearing the same shirt as I did in my first video. Is that fine with you? Is this going to be my trademark style? Because if I was to have one, it wouldn't be this. Hi all, it's been a while innit? But as usual I have my excuses. Firstly, I have to be in the right state of mind to do a YouTube video, and I recently haven't been. And secondly, I had 4 uni assignments just last week. Sure, one of them was just a 300-word blog and the other was a pathetic summary piece, but my point still stands, right? And for one of them I had to turn some crummy frog croaking sound and wind passing sounds into a little musical piece, and the result was hilarious. Here's a little extract for you to laugh at. Riveting, wasn't it? Now recently I've been a wee bit concerned about my following on Instagram. Hi if you're one of them I suppose, but all you seem to be interested in are pictures of some crummy bridges. Which is fine, obviously I respect that, but I think it's time to admit now that I've kind of run out of photos of bridges and stuff like that. Now I know it might be a bit difficult to accept, but your appetite for steel cables and stone has simply exhausted me. So naturally now I have to steer my Instagram to a new exciting direction. Water droplets. So if you are a bridge enthusiast, or you generally just like water from time to time, you know who to follow. Links in the doobly-doo below. Thanks. So now recently I've been wanting to create a new exciting segment in my videos about the inadequacies of my high school career. So roll the title screen now. Okay, I don't have one, but you get the picture. So today I just want to talk about my severe lack of multilingual skills. Now every time I say this to someone, they're naturally quite inquisitive, or they imagine, how on earth do I communicate with my parents? Answer, with some difficulty I admit. Seriously, I don't speak my native tongue at all really, so I have to communicate with my parents with a really odd mix between a Chinese dialect, English and odd hand gestures like that really. And to make it worse, my mother actually watches my videos, which is fine, I respect that. The problem is that she can't really understand them. So I find it quite entertaining thinking that she thinks that I talk that really intelligent stuff like communism is the way forward, why Mao Zedong is our hero and stuff like that. So she constantly tries to convince me to read intelligent books from the likes of Marx and intelligent books like that, I suppose. Oh, she'll be disappointed when she discovers what I'm actually reading on my Kindle is Harry Potter for the 15th time. So Mum, if you're watching, hi, but you can't understand me, so that's fine, I suppose. So now you know that I have a bit of difficulty even picking up the language that surrounds me 24/7. You might imagine that year 7 and 8 compulsory language was a bit of a struggle for me. It was. Now I'll transport you back to 2008 when I was in year 7 doing Japanese. Now I was a wee little boy sitting in language class, looking around, seeing all the gleeful faces around me as they got their papers back. I noticed that almost everyone had little cards on their papers which were merit certificates. The most important and wonderful thing you could ever receive in year 7, because they were essentially a confirmation of your excellence, your intelligence, and a confirmation of doing well in life, I suppose. But sadly, when it came to my turn, I noticed that I had also received a merit certificate. But it was a different colour, so it wasn't a merit certificate. In fact, it was my first ever referral. Yay. I cried for days. Really.
No, I didn't see that coming.
In year 8 I moved on to Italian, which turned out to be a bit of a mistake because when I was doing my final ever I'm not American, am I? When I was doing the final exam, I would have never believed that I would have to do it another 4 times. And to make it even worse, I had to redo it. Listening to the class watching Harry Potter in Italian or having fun painting masks and stuff like that. I was a tragic sight. Here's a tip for anyone still unfortunate enough to be doing Italian. If there's a question commanding you to answer in Italian, don't be clever, witty and answer with non lo so. Because markers obviously hate anyone with wit, with intelligence, and generally hate everyone with a sense of humor. I also remember that I got my first ever detention from Italian, but don't recall what I did to get it. I probably got a tantrum and shouted and stuff like that. Later in year 11, I had to make a little video promoting my school to the some Chinese exchange students. I still quite like the video actually, so if you want to see it, the link's in the doobly-doo below. Now it was the night before it was due and it was a bit late, so I couldn't really be bothered to ask my parents to help me with the translations, so I just used Google Translate. Apparently they found the translations adorable, which is just euphemism for utterly terrible and embarrassing. I also tried learning French at some point to impress a certain someone, which went, well, not. Anyway, if you'd like that video, don't forget to do the usual subscribing and liking and stuff like that. And until then, toodaloo. Hello, it's 7:30ish. There's Esmeralda and there's Davis, and we've just missed our train. It's our first day of university.